scene video of the suspect. We also released new images to the public of the suspect. And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period.
As investigators learn more about the shooter and his motives, President Trump was asked about radicals on the left and right.
The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime. They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem, and they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy.
A black conservative activist says a liberal magistrate judge should be fired for releasing a man with a long rap sheet who stabbed a woman to death on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Chad Groening has more.
Charlotte, North Carolina's perceived pro-crime policies are under fire following the August 22nd brutal murder of a 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee, Irina Zarutska, by an alleged black assailant on a transit train. There is growing public outrage over why suspect Carlos Brown Jr. was allowed to be on the streets after 14 previous arrests. And the legacy media, in typical fashion, try to either ignore the story or find a way to deflect blame from Brown because he is black. Charisma Peoples is an ambassador for the Project 21 Black Leadership Network.
It's all by design. So you will begin to notice that if the perpetrator is black, it's like a revenge tour on white America. And so it's like, oh, he's black, he can get away with it. And think about this, how foul this is. A black man, he was arrested 14 times. That's telling. And then they have the nerve to say that it was just mental illness.
And Peoples agrees with those who are calling for the removal of Teresa Stokes, the magistrate judge who released Brown back on the streets.
Yes, she should be removed. She had her chance. And after seeing his record of being arrested 14 times, she shouldn't have released him. But because he was a black man and because she's a liberal, she released him. It's like black code. Look out for your people. It doesn't matter. Long as you are a black man, I will be there for you. And it's just wrong. It's really wrong.
I'm Chad Groening.
President Trump announces the next city to see a National Guard deployment.
We're going to Memphis. Memphis is
That's the next city.
Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee, the governor is happy.
American Family News is available online at afn.net and download the AFN mobile app for your Apple or Android device. I'm Rusty Pugh.
In today's society, the traditional values of marriage and the family unit face increasing scrutiny and reinterpretation. Join us as a courageous group of speakers and leaders rise up to defend these foundational institutions from a biblical perspective. For more information and to reserve your spot, visit us at ses.edu/national-conference. The Steadfast National Conference on Christian Apologetics and Evangelism, where faith meets reason, culture, and community.
It's First Time Caller Day on Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
It is first-time callers, so start lining up, folks. If you've never been on the show with us, today could be your day.
So first-time callers only today. Now we're going to ask 3 questions each.
The quack of a duck does not produce an echo. Is that true or false?
That falls under the category of it's just wrong.
Yes.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Tim Wildmon with Ed Vitagliano. Good morning, Brother Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
I should say on Friday, I should say Professor Ed.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll answer to either
Brother
one.
or Professor?
Yeah, either one.
Professor, where art thou? So, see what I did there?
Yes, I did.
J.J. Jasper, the pride of Owensboro, Kentucky. How you doing, J.J.?
I'm doing well, and of course, yesterday, very somber day with the 24th anniversary of 9/11 and then the terrible, horrific news about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So we just want to acknowledge that, know that a lot of people are grieving, hundreds of thousands of young people that follow Charlie with Turning Point USA, and pray for Erica and the two small children there. Charlie was a friend of this ministry, and we love and appreciate how God used his short life on earth.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. The number to call for first-time callers only. That's what this day is. We do that every other week. The phone number is 888-589-8840. So if you've never been on the air with us and you want to ask a trivia or answer one of ours or do both, we prefer you do both. Here's the phone number to call in, 888-589-8840. I don't see the lines open. They're not working?
Folks, there's nobody calling.
No, they
it
were
right
all
now.
blocked.
Oh, they're all blocked.
Yeah.
So
now
there's openings. Now's your chance. Sounds like a Labor Day sale. Now's your chance.
No, here's what
One day only.
Here's what we're trying to say. Those of you who have a fast pass, you can go ahead now, go around the line and get on this roller coaster of a program.
So, all right, if you're eligible if you're 11 years old and older.
Right. We don't have a rule for how old you can be on the top end. So if you're 120, you can call in, but you have to be at least over age 11. Now,
if you're 120, I want to hear from you, because that would be interesting conversation right there.
It would.
Yeah. So anyway, what else, JJ? You always tell us about the ground rule.
Yeah, thank you. We offer 3 original questions each, and one of these questions of these 9 original questions, one is a mystery question.
It's a mystery question.
You don't know which one it is. It's like many of life's mysteries.
Yes.
But if you happen to land on it and answer it correctly, you'll hear this sound. The beloved cowbell. That means you win yourself a really nice AFR cap. So you might win something today. You're absolutely going to learn something. So ask or answer. And this is going to be a great morning for Learning University.
I got the ball cap right here, the AFR ball cap.
For those who are watching.
Yeah, if you're watching on our live stream, YouTube, Facebook, or our own streaming service, which is what, Ed?
Our own streaming service is stream.afa.net. You caught me.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for that. Stream.afa.net. I thought you were going to ask about where you can go to buy one of those hats, which you can if you'd like. If you don't want to try to figure out which question is the mystery question and get it correctly, you can go to resources.afa.net. Resources.afa.net. You can take a look at the caps and you can order one.
Hey,
or order 2.
So are you trying to tell me that Tim caught you midstream?
Yes.
Midstream?
Midstream. Yep.
Is that what you said?
No.
Okay.
Streaming.
Streaming. Yeah. See there, I got it. Go ahead.
All right. Here are my 3 questions. Question number 1. What famous movie musical includes the line, "Just you wait, Henry Higgins," or as they say it in the movie, "Just you wait, Henry Higgins"? What famous movie musical includes that line? Second question, in what year did the Eastern Roman Empire collapse? There's a little bit of history. You can look this up. In what year did the Eastern Roman Empire collapse? One of the most momentous events in European history. And then third question, this is going to be multiple choice. Mm-hmm. Which group of insects has the most species in it? Which group of insects has the most species in it? Is it ants, moths, spiders, or beetles? Which group of insects has the most species? Ants, moths, spiders, or beetles?
I know something. I don't like spiders and snakes.
Well, that ain't what it takes.
All right.
That was a good one, Ed.
Yeah.
Good.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Here's my first question. Which contemporary Christian music group, we're talking 70s and 80s, was made up of 3 siblings, Annie, Nellie, and Matthew? Which contemporary Christian group was made up of 3 siblings, Annie, Nellie, and Matthews.
It wasn't the Backstreet Boys.
That's right. Second question, sodium bicarbonate is known by what other common name? Sodium bicarbonate is known by what common name? Third question, true or false? I hope I'm pronouncing this right.
Our folks will never know the difference.
That's right. Casu marzu.
They won't know that.
Casu marzu, an Italian cheese, actually contained live maggots and was banned in the U.S. because it didn't meet sanitary regulations.
Really?
Is that true or false? Imagine that. So CASUMARZU, an Italian cheese.
Karamazoo. It's Karamazoo.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Actually contained live maggots and was barred in the U.S. because it didn't meet sanitary regulations. That health inspector comes into your restaurant, everybody gets
and looks at it and
nervous.
says, excuse me, Giuseppe, this is going to be a problem.
Right. We got live maggots here. They need to be dead.
That's right.
So there's my three.
All right, here are my three questions. We were talking about game shows the other day on today's issues. I think on Trivia Friday, which made me think of this question. What are the three longest running TV game shows?
Oh, good. Do you need them in order or
No,
just the
I'll
three
just take
longest
the three.
ones?
They don't have to be in order. Just the three longest running TV game shows.
I know. Can I just give one of them? It's The View.
Ouch.
That was pretty
Nicely
good. Pretty good
done.
there. Yeah.
I mean, those
right.
ladies can't be serious, right?
Right.
They can't be.
Well, now, can we go ahead and rule out the Gong Show? Because Soupy Sales, he was a lot of fun, but that was short-lived.
Was he on the Gong
No,
Show?
he wasn't. That wasn't the Gong Show.
you're-
But I haven't
think
heard
you're
the name Soupy
It
Sales
was Soupy's
forever.
cousin.
I think you're
Twice
conflating
removed.
your, that was that. All right, so here's my second question. What was the name of the mission that put the first human on the moon? There was a name of this particular mission. What was the name of the mission that put the first person on the moon? Number three, which animal has striped fur and striped skin? Which animal has striped fur and striped skin?
And that can be a problem. Even if you got a legitimate passport and you're going through customs,
Right.
you always get pulled out of the line, and they
Right.
got to take that wand to you.
Well, if
and
this
everything.
animal appeared, I don't think the TSA is going to hang around unless they're going to use a stun gun. Because this animal,
Well, that's a good hint.
this ain't no docile animal. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, wait a minute. You just given me the first line of a country song. This ain't no docile animal. Let me wait while I jot this down on a napkin. This ain't no docile animal.
All right. So, which animal has striped fur and striped skin? That's so. There are our questions, and we go to our phones.
I am going to go to the phones here in a second, but
Okay.
I just got to tell you, this is the first time I've ever seen a lineup like this. Now, we're going to go to Alabama, and Madeline's on the line. But then we have Dennis, Donna, Dora, and Dawn. I'm just not sure I've ever seen four names
Never heard
in a
them
row.
in concert?
Never heard them in concert.
JJ had a question about him earlier.
I sure did.
Okay.
I think that's the Lennon sisters.
The Lennon sisters. Some of that
And their brother.
big band.
And their brother twice removed. Because I think one of those was.
and their other brother Daryl.
And the horse
right.
they rode in on.
That's right.
All right, we go to Alabama, and Madeline is on the line. Madeline, welcome to Trivia Friday. Madeline, you there?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Where do you live,
Thank you.
Madeline? In Alabama.
Yeah, Madeline from Alabama. Tuscumbia.
Oh, Tuscumbia.
Yeah, Quad Cities.
All right.
Great
Yeah.
area.
We love that area. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you want to ask, answer, or do both, Madeline?
Answer.
All right, which one you want to answer?
I think it's the fifth one about the carbonate.
Here, yes.
Soda carbonate.
Yes, ma'am. Here's the question.
Yeah.
Sodium bicarbonate is known by what other common name?
Baking soda.
Baking soda.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Not only can you get your cake to taste right when you use baking soda, you get stung by a wasp or a bee, you take your little pinch of baking soda and put on that, and that's going to just make things good to go. That stinger will come out, and you'll be skipping a rope before no time.
It's healthier than tobacco.
That's right. That's right. Hey, how'd you know that?
The box of baking soda I've got.
Yeah, but who reads all that stuff on the side about the bioflavoring and fluoride and all the rest?
You know, we need
the greatest man in the world, my husband.
Hey,
I love hearing that.
You know, we need to. Really, more Americans need to put down our phones and get back to reading baking soda. You know what I'm saying? I think those were the good old days right there. That's when people talk to each other.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Baking soda box.
Now, are you serious? Do they use baking soda when you cook?
Yes, when you cook, that's what it's for.
Make a cake. Oh, okay.
Oh no, maybe not. What do you use it in cooking? I know nothing about the kitchen.
Do you use that in cooking, Madeline?
Yes. Yeah. Can I ask a question also?
Oh, you sure can. Go ahead.
Is there an echo?
It's her
The
husband.
greatest man born of a woman was who?
John the Baptist.
Wow.
Well,
okay, you got it.
Yeah. Good on JJ.
Yeah, no, listen, and those were Jesus's words. Hey, go back to the baking soda. You can also, so you put chlorine tabs in a pool. That gets it going the right direction. One way, you put baking soda in there, and that gets it going direction. You know, if it gets a little high here, a little low, baking soda is the other component.
Well,
so
all
kinds of
didn't our parents put baking soda in the fridge?
It absorbs odors.
That's right.
Yeah.
They open up the box and it absorbs.
I don't know if people still do that or not.
It's good for brushing your teeth some as well.
Now they make
Who does
toothpaste.
that, though?
No, they
Every
make
once in a while,
toothpaste that actually has baking soda in it for that reason.
I'll tell you what. Here's a never miss suggestion. Okay, do you eat cereal?
Occasionally, yeah.
Next time you pour a bowl of cereal, put some baking soda in there. It's delicious.
Now look, I know you're making that up.
I think Ed's lying right there.
Well, he's not a doctor, so don't take any of his medical advice that he's dishing out right now.
No,
good grief! I don't even take medical advice from doctors anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
So pour that milk on your cereal, and then what? Toss some baking soda in there.
I was just teasing.
Yeah, I know.
You did remind me of the fellow you talked about. Somebody being 120. A guy lived to be 105. They asked him about his secret for longevity. He said since he was a little bitty boy, his parents would put a little pinch of gunpowder in his oatmeal. And that continued through his whole life. He just went ahead and he put a little pinch of oatmeal, of gunpowder in his oatmeal to make him toughen him up and just make him rugged. And they said when he died, they cremated him, and it blew a hole in the side of the funeral home that you could drive a truck through.
I knew something was coming. I just wasn't sure what it was.
That's some dark stuff. Right All right, trivia.
By the way, thank you, Madeline. We didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I don't guess.
Yeah. So if you have vinegar and baking soda, you don't eat and then duct tape and maybe WD-40. You don't need anything else in your kit.
You can get through life.
Yes, you can.
That's survival right there.
That's right.
And that's just talking about the dietary helps of all those products.
You know, some canned tuna that'll last 20 years too.
Maybe a Twinkie.
I think that'll help.
If you're putting all this stuff in your
survival.
Yes.
We've still got our everybody's got their survival cabinet, right?
Oh yeah. I still have.
How long before you change that thing out?
I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to Melanie and Allison about that. I don't know.
We got one. I go in there and look for every once in a while we run out of food, and I go in there and look in our pantry to, our
see what backup you got.
Apocalyptic pantry. I go. I don't really want to open that up.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be here in case it's the end of the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
And how hungry do you really get for rice and Twinkies, and that's right.
So
and that'll allow you to live an extra 3 days.
Do I have canned
before
tuna
the zombies come to your house?
I think you do. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
What's y'all's address? I'm asking for a friend.
It's in there. We go. All right.
All right.
To the
let's
phone,
keep going. Let's go to Texas. What about that, guys? Dennis is on the line. Dennis, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be on. I've tried to get on several times, and I'm glad to be a first-time caller today.
Thank you, Brother Dennis.
That last joke was a blast.
Where do you?
I like the way you think, Dennis.
That was good, Dennis. Where do you live, Dennis? In Texas.
I live in the thriving metropolis of Leonard, Texas, in northeast of Dallas.
Good.
Okay, so you're listening to our Greenville station.
I am. I'm actually listening through the web right now, but it's the Greenville station that I listen to.
Yeah.
And actually, Greenville is not where I live, but it's the biggest city close to us.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, Dennis, for listening to AFR. And you want to ask, answer, or both?
Well, let me answer one that would lead to asking a question, please.
Sounds good. This is interesting. Which one do you want to answer?
The one about the 3 longest running game shows.
All right, that's
okay. Here's the question: what are the 3 longest running TV game shows?
I believe it's The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, and then Jeopardy.
You got it. You got it.
Nicely
You got
done.
it. Let me just tell folks when they started, and then you can continue. So Dennis is correct. The Price is Right, the longest running since 1972.
Wow.
Now, some of these shows I think had a break. In other words, there may have been. I think The Price is Right was on in the 60s, maybe, but then went on a hiatus. So So the longest consecutive run, in other words, go until to today.
Okay.
Okay. So The Price is Right, 1972. Wheel of Fortune since 1975. It's hard to believe that Pat Sajak was the only host of that show. He's like.
Is he still the host?
No, not any longer. He retired.
Okay.
But all those years, like 40 years.
Wow, that makes me want to yell out, "Come on down!"
Yeah, I don't think that's Wheel of Fortune, but anyway, I understand. I know what you. Yeah, I know what you did there, JD. Jeopardy, 1984. Of course, Alex Trebek was. He passed, but he was on there for years.
And you say, "I'll take a vow for $500."
Jeopardy. All right. So, what were you going to say? Go ahead, Dennis.
Well, I was going to say, I just remember watching all of those growing up. I'm in my mid-60s now, and particularly the Jeopardy, after it came on, it was a family favorite to try to answer the questions as fast as we could.
Yeah.
And you had to be fast because those folks were
had to be
super fast.
Jeopardy.
Well, I meant fast within us and our family. So it was a competition on the screen as well as among several kids.
Yeah, and I mentioned a few days ago, my aunt actually won on The Price is Right.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, she won a car.
What?
Yeah.
I do remember you saying that, but that's who can say that? That's
she won
pretty
a
cool
car.
little.
It was the coolest little model car you ever saw. It was like, It was a real car.
Do you remember what kind of car it was?
No, I don't. It was this would have been in the 60s. She was in New York City.
Right. New York City.
New York City, yeah. So go ahead. You were going, Dennis. The floor is yours.
Let me ask a question, and it's related to your question about the game shows. The Price is Right was hosted by Bob Barker for many, many years. I'm not sure if he was the original host or not, but here's the question. I know he was a Marine in World War II. What was his job as a Marine in World War II? This is obviously before Price is Right, before 1972.
Bob Barker,
what was Bob Barker's job while he was a serviceman in World War II?
Now that makes more sense with him duking it out with Adam Sandler in one of those crazy shows on a golf course or something.
Yeah, Adam Sandler and.
But I didn't know he was a Marine.
It's Forrest Gump, wasn't it?
No. No. What? You think Adam Sandler was in Forrest Gump?
You think Bob Barker was? They all blur together. Well, what do you guys think? What was his job there?
This Happy Gilmore he was in. I have no idea.
Probably has something to do with radio or communications because that was his expertise. Yeah. But I don't know.
Let's say that. Let's say that he was
radio man.
He was some kind of radio man.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe that's correct, and I'll tell you a little bit of a short story. I was a Marine stationed at Camp Pendleton in the early 80s, and there was this legend that if you showed up at the Price is Right studio in your uniform, you would get recognized because he had been a Marine, and that was your best chance of getting on the show. I never did it, but that's what they did. But the answer to the question is he was a fighter pilot. He flew the F-4U Corsair during World War II.
Wow.
And, he was a hero in another category.
I would have thought, just looking at him, he's too tall to be He looks like he's 6'2" or better, but maybe that didn't matter. At the
Wow.
time.
Hey, that's some good trivia. Dennis,
Sure
in all
is.
sincerity, that's why we have this show. Yes, it's for entertainment, but people really do learn a lot.
Yeah.
And that is a great
Bob Barker
trivia
was a
question.
fighter pilot in World War II. Never knew that.
I
No.
didn't either.
Thanks, buddy. Thank
Yeah.
you for listening there in Texas. Have a great weekend.
I know he had the longest microphone I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah, he did. He actually did.
His
didn't he?
microphone was like a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you think about these kinds of things, you'd be surprised how many Hollywood actors like It's a
Jimmy
Wonderful
Stewart.
Life.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, and how many were pilots and did this and that, in the war.
Okay, we're going to take our time out just a little bit early here, and then we'll get back to the phones. We'll go to Donna in Ohio. You're up next when we get back from the break. You're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ.
And we'll reset our questions when we come back.
Yes, we will. Thank you for listening to AFR, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildman.
Some of our children have been cheated. They have the best chance at a good education, and countless opportunities belong to them in the business world. They have never had a time in history when their chance of making a good living was as good as it is right now. But they're cheated, robbed, and it is the parents who are to blame. Back during the Vietnam War, a young soldier named Terry J. lay wounded and near death. He was caught in a battle and saw no way to escape alive. So, following what he considered to be his final living minutes, he wrote a letter to his mother. The Bristol, Virginia Herald Courier carried the letter later. Here's what he said. Dear Mother, you let us down. You never taught us to pray, and you never even sent us to Sunday school where somebody else could have done so. Yet there I was, right on the brink of eternity, and I didn't even know how to commence or what to say to the Lord. So please correct this error before Bud and Sis get away from home. Luckily for me, our chaplain has befriended me, but it's an awful sensation to face death and not even know how to speak to God. I didn't make it up. I just clipped it from the paper. And the story's true. It happened just that way. So you see, some of our children are cheated. And we parents are the ones to blame. Shame on us for giving our children everything in life except that which they shall eternally need. Shame on those of us who call ourselves parents and yet raise our children ignorant of life's greatest riches. Twice shame upon us. We're guilty, and the error is on our record. Another soldier wrote the following poem. It too speaks of the way our children are cheated. Look, God, I've never spoken to you, but now I want to say, how do you do? You see, God, they told me you didn't exist, and like a fool I believed all of this. Last night from a shell hole I saw your sky. I figured right then they'd told me a lie. Had I taken the time to see the things you made, I'd know they weren't calling a spade a spade. I wonder, God, if you'd shake my hand. Somehow I feel that you understand. Funny, I had to come to this hellish place before I had time to see your face. Well, I guess there isn't much more to say, but I'm glad, God, I met you today. I guess the 0 hour will soon be here, but I'm not afraid since I know you're here. The signal? Well, God, I'll have to go. I like you lots, I hope you know. Looks like this will be a horrible fight. Who knows? I may come to your house tonight. Though I wasn't friendly with you before, I wonder, God, if you'd wait at the door. Look, I'm crying. Me, shedding tears. I wish I'd known you these many years. Well, I'll have to go now, God. Goodbye. Strange, since I met you, I'm not afraid to die. I didn't make the poem up. It was found on a 19-year-old soldier in Vietnam. The sad part is that he was dead. Indeed, many parents have cheated their children.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildman, a production of the American Family Association.
It's amazing how fast things can change. The breaking news you hear in the morning can take on a whole new life by that evening. And some days there's so much happening you really need a whole team of journalists to keep up with it all. The American Family News app not only gives you that team, you get a biblical perspective on politics, pro-life, education, and much more wherever you are. Stay on top of the latest news facing Christians today. Get the AFN app from your app store and you'll never miss a thing.
However, as it is written, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things that God has prepared for those who love Him. 1 Corinthians 2:9.
American Family Radio.
I know that theme.
That's The Price is Right.
It's from Batman.
Come on down.
Isn't that Batman?
If that's Batman, we're over as a country.
That's the kinder, gentler version.
Can't
That
we all
was
just get along?
Little House on the Prairie, right? And I know my wife Allison, and sometimes she'll be around our grandkids, and they binge watch that.
Oh,
the Little House on the, because there's a channel on one of these
dedicated to it.
The Rolus, channel Roku.
Yeah,
that was.
It's okay, Tim. I'm sure.
Anyway, they got a channel.
Yeah,
and it's just one after another of shows, and this on a particular channel
from that.
So they got one channel. It's House on the Prairie 24/7.
Oh wow!
Oh look, I know that full well. My daughter Tegan, a little shout out. She may even be listening. She got turned on to Little House on the Prairie. Started binge watching. She's watched every single season. I think this is her third time through.
Oh, wow.
And she started wearing hoop skirts. She did, and bonnets.
Riding a horse.
Yeah.
Riding a horse to school.
She wasn't riding a horse to school, but she did everything else. But you know what? Values. A lot of good, solid values in those early
Great
days.
show. Go ahead and repeat our questions, and back to the phones we'll go.
All right, here are my 3 questions. First, what famous movie musical includes the line, "Just you wait, Henry Higgins"? Just you wait, Henry Higgins. Second question, in what year did the Eastern Roman Empire collapse? And what year did the Eastern Roman Empire collapse? And third question is a multiple choice. Which group of insects has the most species? Is it ants, moths, spiders, or beetles? That's what I've got.
Here's what I've got. First questions. Think contemporary Christian group in the 70s and the 80s. Which Christian group consisted of 3 siblings, Annie, Nellie, and Matthew? And kind of be thinking Mansion Builder, I'm So Happy, the Easter song. Second question, true or false? Casu Marzu, an Italian cheese, actually contained live maggots and was banned in the U.S. because it didn't meet sanitary regulations. Is that true or false? And I'll add one. Which classic novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"? Which classic novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"?
My questions, I got 2 questions right here that haven't been answered. What was the name of the mission that put the first human on the moon? What was the name of that mission? Number 2, which animal has striped fur and striped skin? Which animal has striped fur and striped skin? Back to the phones, Ed.
All right. You don't have any other questions?
I do, but I'm saving them.
All right, we go to Ohio, and Donna is on the line. Donna, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello, how are you guys?
Doing great, Donna.
Good, yeah.
Thank you very much for asking. How are you today?
I'm doing real good, thank you.
Okay. The weather nice today in Ohio?
Oh, yes. It's going to be 80 degrees today.
Perfect. Perfect.
Donna, they said that the weather, somebody said the weather went from 90 to 55 just like they saw a state trooper on the side of the highway.
That's how quickly it dropped.
Yeah. All right, Donna, ask or answer or both?
I would like to answer, please.
Which one?
I would like to answer the one about which insect has the most species.
All right, here's the question again, Donna, for those just tuning in. Which group of insects has the most species? Is it ants, moths, spiders, or beetles? What say you?
Well, by my back screen and my back patio, I am going to guess beetles.
It is beetles.
What?
Way to go.
Now, for those of you who paid attention in science class, you could have scratched off spiders because spiders are not insects. I threw a little bit of a trick in there. I would have thought it was ants until I looked this up. But, Donna, you are spot on. Did you just guess because of your back porch or what?
Yes, there's so many. Well, here in Ohio, we're always talking about, did you see this kind of beetle? What's this kind look like? What's this kind mean? And so just from my own personal story, yes.
Well,
wow.
excellent.
That helped.
Yeah.
Don't call the exterminator. Leave them out there because it caused you to be a winner today.
Yeah, I saw Paul and Ringo the other day. They were on TV.
Different kind of beetles, but,
beetles.
They actually spelled their name differently to differentiate themselves from the insects.
Because people are easily confused.
And they say it different. They say beetle.
Beetles, yes, it's true.
But anyway, way to go, Donna. So we got the Beatles galore out there.
That's right. Nicely done.
What's your
Thank
do
you.
you have a question for us?
No, sir. Just have a good day.
All right, Donna. Thank you.
Too, Donna. Appreciate that.
Donna, who's next, Ed?
Well, let's go to Mississippi, and Dora is
where in the world
line.
is she?
Or Dora the Explorer. Could be that one, too. Welcome to Trivia Friday, Dora.
Thank you.
You're probably tired of Dora the Explorer or people asking you if you're a fish that's lost, or you tired of those jokes?
They ask, where's Boots?
Oh, that's good.
Where do you live, Dora? In Mississippi?
Boonville.
Boonville, okay.
Northeast Mississippi, Boonville.
Oh,
just up the road.
20 minutes from us. 25 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe, from where we are. Well, listen, thank you for calling. You want to ask, answer, or both?
Answer.
Okay, which one?
Well, before y'all did the three each, you had one about a duck making a echo.
Well, that was in the introduction of the program. That was in the promo.
Okay.
But I think I remember that. You want to try
what's the
something
question,
else?
Ed?
It's does a male
quack
duck
of a duck
make a quack or something like that?
It makes no echo.
Oh, it makes no echo.
The quack of a duck.
But it does make an echo, but it's a very small echo because it doesn't quack loud.
I'm just going to tell you, now that we started down this road, I don't remember the answer.
Well,
but I can answer
Dora
the
does.
one about the stripes.
Oh, there you go.
The stripes.
So
Okay,
answer the one about the stripes.
Okay, the question is, which animal has striped fur and striped skin, Dora?
Tiger.
That's right.
Nicely done.
That's a tiger.
So that's why you said a tiger's not very docile.
No, the tiger. What do you know about that? Do you know any more about that, Dora, that subject?
If they shave the fur off, it has black stripes.
Yeah.
Who
all
does
the way down to the skin.
I guess maybe if someone's been shot or something.
What now?
Well, I mean, who
skins a tiger?
No, who has gone and shaved the fur off a
Brave
tiger?
enough to shave it.
I think they
maybe
probably
it's when they've
don't.
Been shot and killed.
Well, I doubt the tiger's active and alive when this goes on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a free tiger.
There's a famous line from a book of Tom Clancy, the action military adventure thing. And the line was something to the effect, if you kick a tiger in the tail, you better have a plan for dealing with his teeth. And that's what I think about in terms of shaving a tiger.
Yeah. There's a great song by Buck Owens, too, about shaving a tiger. You remember that one?
Grab a tiger by the tail?
Yeah, and shave it.
Dora, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for listening.
Does she have a question for us?
Yeah, you have a question
Thank you. No, I don't.
Okay,
thank you.
Wow, my questions are being knocked off here. Yeah, which animal has striped fur and striped skin? I think a zebra does too, but it's not as pronounced as a
tiger.
I think I'm right on that, but as a tiger. But anyway.
And by the way, now they're not as dangerous as a tiger, but my understanding is zebras, they're not like horses. You can't ride one; they're pretty mean, and so they have some up here at the nearby.
You have to drug them. You have to drug them to be able to.
Nearby
I'm not
Park.
advocating for that. I'm just saying I've read about that.
Yeah, did you drug them first before you shave them?
Zebras. If you're gonna get out there and like do a rodeo with them, you got to.
You get them happy first.
Yeah, you liquor them up. That's what JJ says.
Liquored up. All right, I think we better go to Georgia. And
We better.
Don,
the devil went down there.
Yeah,
I know that.
Don is on the line. Don, welcome to Trivia Friday.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, brother Don, where you live in the Peach State?
I live in Juliet, Georgia.
Okay, is that in the middle or south or where is that?
It's about 15, 20 minutes north of Macon.
Okay, well listen, thanks for calling.
It's where they filmed Fried Green Tomatoes at.
There you go.
Oh, it's where they filmed the movie.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
That's what he's
Good.
saying, yeah. Yeah, Don, thanks for calling. Ask, answer, or both?
Both.
Which one do you want to answer?
Well, she took my stripe question, so let me do the cheese question with the maggot.
Oh, the cheese question. Now, this is true or false, so you got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
I'm probably not pronouncing this right. Casu marzu, an Italian cheese, contained live maggots and was banned in the U.S. because it didn't meet sanitary regulations. Is that true or false?
I'm going to say that's 100% true.
It is, Don, it is 100% true.
Way to go,
Wow.
Don.
Yeah, nicely done, Don.
Now, do you know the correct
Don knows his maggot question.
That's right.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Now, had you heard of that before, or was that just a guess?
No, that was a guess because I was trying to look up another question and I didn't get it looked up before y'all got to me, so I went with the true or false question.
Well, there you go. That was a good guess. Pretty bizarre, and I don't have the backstory, but maybe, you can look that up.
Well, I mean, now blue cheese, that the blue stuff in it is mold.
I've heard that.
Yeah, so maybe there's just something about it that gives it a peculiar flavor that's appetizing to people until they find out what's behind the flavor. I don't know.
So you're trying to say the more contaminated a cheese will be, maybe the better
it would change.
taste?
It would change.
That's probably
the flavor.
true in the cheese world.
Yeah, the cheese world, and that's a tough place. You don't want to walk down the wrong street, get stuck in wind up in the cheese world.
Cheese world. Hey, Don, you got a question for us?
I do, and I was hoping I was going to get a cowbell today, even though we don't like cowbells in Georgia over here.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute.
We understand.
Now, we can play the cowbell for you if you want it.
It's a beloved cowbell, Don.
That's right.
We'll help you.
We like the ball because
Don, we just won a ball game last Saturday, and you're trying to take our joy here.
Look, I celebrate every time SEC wins the ball game.
All right, there you go.
I like the way you think.
SEC brotherhood.
I like the way you think.
Okay.
All right, what's your question, Don? We're ready.
Why manhole covers round?
What do you say?
Why are manhole covers round?
Oh, why not?
All right, now we're going to talk amongst ourselves, Don, so don't say yes or no. Isn't this one of those kind of trick questions where the answer is because the hole's round?
It just may be. I don't know. I could go back to the Romans. It's amazing how many things. No, the roads that they're like the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
The measurements are because, here's what the Roman carriages, what width they were. All right, we're stumped, Don. What's the answer?
A circle is the only object that won't go back through itself.
It won't go back through. So like a square, if you turn it the wrong way, then the cover would go into the hole.
Down.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
So that's the reason?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay.
Hey, Don.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Don, thank you for listening to AFR
Yeah.
there in Georgia, and have yourself a great weekend.
I need to add another question. Mine are being knocked off here.
Do you want us to do our questions again?
Yeah, real quick. Go ahead.
All right, and I'll have to add one.
Yeah, I will as well.
What famous movie musical includes the line, "Just you wait, Henry Higgins"? And that's a little bit of a giveaway there with that pretty terrible British accent, English accent. Second question, in what year did the Eastern Roman Empire collapse? I'll give you a hint. It was caused by the Ottoman Turks conquering the capital, Constantinople. And then I'll add a question. What does the familiar abbreviation IQ stand for? That's what I've got.
Here's what I've got. I want the answer for a contemporary Christian group from the 70s and the 80s. Which contemporary Christian group was made up of siblings Annie, Nellie, and Matthew? Second question, which classic novel, maybe you had to read this in school if you're a baby boomer, which classic novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"? And then I'll add one, a riddle. What tells the time but never works at night? What tells the time but never works at night?
All right, here are my two questions. What was the name of the mission that put the first human on the moon? You have to go back to the 60s for the answer to this. But what was the name of that mission? Number two, all right, now, if a cow is, quote, out to pasture, what is it doing? Okay, we've all heard that expression, right? It's an idiom, really, but it's a real thing. And if you put a cow out to pasture, what is the cow going to be doing?
Besides jumping over the moon?
Yeah.
Something else, right before
Ed,
that.
you're on the right track.
Right before that.
I like that.
Yeah, it's got cheese up there with it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From the cheese world. Huh?
But they can't digest the maggots. That's the problem.
Well, yeah.
Thank you guys for doing this
that- I
right before
did-
lunch
yeah,
for
I
all
did.
of our listeners.
All right, so anyway, the question is, if a cow is out to pasture, what is it doing? That's the question. All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's go to Texas. And Joe is on the line. Joe, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning, esteemed professors.
Hey, Joe, thank you very much for that compliment. And as JJ says, we appreciate your honesty. Absolutely. Where do you live in Texas, Joe?
Beagleville. It is halfway between Waco and Crawford. And I know y'all probably know where Crawford is.
Oh, yeah, George Bush. Yeah.
The ranch.
Ranch in Crawford, and we're good friends with Gary Haven, lives out in that area.
He lives next door to President Bush.
Yeah, so, absolutely. But
Yep.
but anyway, I know exactly where you are. And but anyway, go ahead, Joe. Ask, answer, or both.
I think I'm going to try the moon one, moon mission.
Okay, the moon mission. All right, so what was the name of the mission that put the first man on the moon, Joe?
I'm going to say Apollo 11.
Apollo. There you go. Way to go.
Nicely done.
Way to go, Joe.
Do you know what that sound means, Joe?
The beloved cowbell. I
Yes.
got a fever.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Well,
checking all the boxes.
you won yourself an AFR ball cap, and
All right.
yeah, and we're going to send it to you. So don't, when we get through this call, don't hang up. We'll get your address
Now,
and mail.
Joe, I want to know, when you woke up this morning, I'm guessing you didn't think you were going to win anything.
No, but it's a pleasure.
Good.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
But we all have to change
thank
our
you,
mindset.
Joe.
I
Love
think
you
we
too.
need to wake up every morning thinking we are going to win.
Because every day's a Friday.
Every day's a Friday, and you're a winner.
There you go.
Yes.
And so.
And an overcomer.
And an overcomer. Well, overcomer we are. We should be, right?
Right.
Hey, Joe,
Joe?
what's your question for us?
Okay, this is probably going to be a JJ question, but it's an airplane question, and there's a phenomenon in certain atmospheric conditions where electricity will kind of dance around the airplane, maybe prop tips, so on and so forth. What is that called, the name for that?
I know the name of it, and I can see it right there in print, but I can't bring it to my attention. And it's a friend of mine was flying a King Air, and it came into the cockpit and danced down through the aisle. And it's a very real thing.
Happened to a friend of yours?
Talking about ball lightning or something?
No, that's not it. And when he says it, you'll go, oh, yep, that's it. It's right on the tip.
There's those northern lights.
It's like it's like a northern lights, but it's kind of like
Will o' the Wisp.
You know how you'll see static electricity? It's that on steroids in the sky, and you'll see it on the prop. You'll see it on the wingtips. It got somehow or another got in the cockpit, and he's somebody very, very trustworthy. And if it'd been anybody else, I'd say, what were you smoking? But go ahead and tell the answer.
I have a hint that may help you.
All right.
It was also a very popular movie in, I believe, the 80s. The name of it.
I'm just drawing a blank.
It was named after a. What do Catholics name their apostles? They're like blank Joseph.
Oh
blank
yeah,
Peter.
not Elmo's.
Oh, St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, it's Elmo's Fire.
Yeah. St. Elmo's Fire.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. St. Elmo's Fire.
And
I've seen it.
You've seen it. Have you seen it on the prop or on the wingtips? What have you seen it?
We've seen it in the prop, and we also. Well, the time I was flying, we had a kind of a hole in the de-ice boot, and it was throwing sparks too. We thought it was that, but they say a lot of times it has to be thunderstorm weather, real high humidity and stuff. But yeah, it's a real thing. You're right. So
I always thought that was Gremlins.
You know, sometimes in the summer, you guys have been out on a summer night, you see something, you go, oh, that's not real lightning. That's heat lightning or whatever. It's similar to that, and you're just seeing it dancing around the plane. And it's very, very rare, about as rare as seeing the northern lights.
It'd be unnerving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See.
Hey, what do you fly, Joe?
Well, it's been a long time, but I was flying a 182 RG when I stopped, but it's been years, so
yeah.
Oh, the 182 RG? Is that what you said?
That's a good plane. That's a Cessna. Hey, Joe, thank you for listening to AFR. Stay on the line so you can get your cap.
Amen. We'll get your information, Joe, and get this in the mail to you.
What kind of plane do you fly, JJ?
150, 152, and got a couple hundred hours in the Piper Arrow and the Piper, I forget the other name.
Pied Piper?
Pied Piper, got some hours in that. And it's been a while. I'm like Joe. It's been a few years for me as well. But the Cessna 152 is what I did my training. And then I got a 172. Then you go up. It's a 182. It's a real reliable airplane. But it's a wonderful thing. You got to,
as long as it has gas in it.
As long as it has gas in it, you got a bird's eye view, and it's just amazing. I've seen sunrises, sunsets, flown over mountains. It's been great.
Yeah.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
But I've never seen any St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire. I never knew that. I've heard that song and I'm familiar with the movie, but I didn't know that was a real phenomenon, as they say. You're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ. Thank you for listening to AFR. We're here every Friday trying to bestow upon thee some education.
That's right.
That's right.
And make the world a better place. Ed, right?
Absolutely. Well, we endeavor here at this university
it's fine
to make our students smarter, better, and awesomer.
And if we can do that,
it's worth all the money you spend on tuition, folks.
And I do want to say, those of you who signed up for our virtual rugby team, that got ugly quick. And we decided not to not have a rugby team this fall. So we want to thank everybody who participated and signed up.
But we do have the Madden version. If you want to order that, we'll send that out to you.
You can play that on your PlayStation. Not like we're behind
you guys
the times,
are
but
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's go to Arkansas. We're steadily working through all the
Yes,
folks
we are.
whose names begin with D. Damon
Well,
is
and how
on
many
the line.
states are there? We're going to try to get through all the states as well.
That's right. We're winding up in Arkansas now. Damon, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Where do you live in Arkansas?
I'm in Fort Smith.
Okay.
Fort Smith, Arkansas,
Yeah.
right there on I-40.
Hey, Damon, before you ask and answer, I'm going to be in Oney, Arkansas. Teeny tiny. It's just above.
Teeny tiny or Oney? Which one?
No, it's Oney, and it's above Mountain View or Mountain Home. I think it's just about 20 miles above Mountain View. I'm going to be there in October, and then I'm doing a Valentine banquet in 2026 in Locksburg, Arkansas. I don't know if you're close to those places or not, but it'd be worth driving 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, I've been to Mountain View. That's a pretty area.
It is pretty. I'm going to be, I think, maybe 25 miles north of that. But if you know anybody in that area,
Wow.
it's coming up in October. A comedy night on Saturday night and speaking at a church on Sunday morning.
All right.
I see. Well,
Damon,
I'll have to note that.
You want to ask, answer, or do both?
Well, I'll do both.
All right. Which question you want to try
I
to
live-
answer?
The one when y'all were asking questions, the one that struck me was the singing group from the 70s and 80s.
Good. Here's
Oh,
the
that's
question. Contemporary Christian group from the 70s and 80s. They were made up of 3 siblings, Annie, Nellie, and Matthew. And I gave the hint, the Easter song, Mansion Builder, I'm So Happy. What was the name of that group?
Yeah, you didn't give the songs at first, but that confirmed it. The second chapter of Acts.
The second chapter of Acts.
That Mansion Builder album was the
Yeah.
first album I ever bought as a Christian.
Weren't they amazing? The
Yeah, I
Easter
love them.
song, one of my favorite songs as a new Christian. And Matthew Ward went on to be a solo artist, and then Annie Herring went on to be a solo artist after they disband. But yeah, what a solid, rock solid, kind of the Jesus people, the Jesus movement. They were the early ones.
Good sound.
Hey, thanks. Can you stay on the line? Do you have a question for us, Damon?
I've got a quick question, yeah.
Well, wait, hold on. We don't want to rush you, okay?
Can you wait till after the break?
I will.
Okay.
All right. 5-minute break for news.
Yeah.
Thank you, Damon, for your patience.
Yes, and we will return with Damon from Arkansas, and we got
Dave, Debbie, Bob, Lindsay. We got folks coming down the pike.
Okay. We'll be back momentarily with more of Trivia Friday on American Family Radio.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
The enemy has pulled out all the stops to try to destroy the family for a very long time. That's why the American Family Association stands boldly in the gap to protect and strengthen this God-breathed institution. Visit AFA.net today and discover the resources available for you and your family. And if you would, please take a minute to show your support. That's AFA.net.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. The suspect who allegedly shot conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been taken into custody. FBI Director Kash Patel expresses his condolences to the Kirk family and his gratitude to President Trump during this investigation.
Partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days.
Utah Governor Spencer Cox explains that this incident is more than just an attack on Charlie Kirk.
It is an attack on all of us. It is an attack on the American experiment. It is an attack on our ideals.
President Trump talks about what he would like to see happen next now that the shooter is in custody.
Well, I hope he's going to be found guilty, I would imagine, and I hope he gets the death penalty.
Long distance information, give me Memphis, Tennessee.
National Guard troops are headed to Memphis.
President Donald Trump in an interview on Fox and Friends saying,
"We're going to Memphis,
a city he calls deeply troubled with crime, where he says he's also got support to help crack down on it."
The mayor is happy, and the governor, Tennessee, the governor is happy. Deeply troubled. We're going to fix that just like we did Washington.
No word yet on logistics or timing for a troop surge to Memphis. The president saying he preferred going to Chicago, though faced resistance from Democrats, Mayor Brandon Johnson, Governor J.B. Pritzker, and what he calls professional agitators. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The Trump administration says it is one step closer to dismantling the Department of Education. More from Bronson Woodruff.
The Department of Ed says it and the Department of Labor have launched a new portal to simplify federal workforce development programs. People involved with the effort say this will allow the departments to administer core Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs, including adult education and family literacy programs. The Department of Ed will transfer program funds and detail staff to the Labor Department to support the programs. Erica Donalds is the chair of Education Opportunity at America First Policy Institute.
Well, I certainly applaud this action by the Department of Education and the Department of Labor working collaboratively. As we know, President Trump promised the American people he would get rid of the Department of Education.
She said it just makes sense for all of these workforce programs to go to the Department of Labor to oversee.
Because it all should work together and not be duplicated in two different agencies, all working to ensure that we have the economic workforce that we need to drive us into the golden age of America. So I think it's a great collaboration between these two departments in helping to dismantle the Department of Education as President Trump promised.
I asked her if she thinks President Trump will succeed in dismantling the U.S. Department of Education.
Well, President Trump is not one to give up. When he says he wants to do something, he's going to do it. He talks about it constantly, both internally and publicly.
I'm Bronson Woodruff.
Measles takes a child's life years after the infection. Therese Crowley explains.
A school-aged child has died of complications from measles, contracted when they were a baby and too young to get vaccinated, which is under 12 to 15 months. The rare complication hits 1 in 10,000 people who get measles, but it's 1 in 600 for infants. Subacute sclerosing panencephalitis is incurable, causing progressive brain damage that's almost always fatal. Considering this has been the worst year for measles in 3 decades, Dr. Montu Davis with Los Angeles County Health reminds people infants too young to be vaccinated rely on all of us to help protect them through community immunity. And the MMR vaccine is 97% effective, preventing measles after 2 doses. Therese Crowley, Fox News.
There's more news available online at afn.net and download the AFN mobile app for your Apple or Android device. I'm Rusty Pugh.
Every day, AFA offers biblical insight on issues that others aren't willing to touch in the hopes that you'll become a world changer. That's why we're offering an in-depth worldview training course called Activate. 13 different professors teaching 18 sessions, all available online, including a printed workbook to help you apply what you've learned and 1-year access to AFA streaming content to give you even more resources. Find out more about Activate and sign up today at activate.afa.net.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
There you go for baby boomers. A little bit of the Easter song. One of my questions, talking about the group, the Second Chapter of Acts. They actually were pioneers of the music that people enjoy today. All these artists of today, they stand on the shoulders of Andre Crouch and Second Chapter of Acts and so many others.
All right. We have Damon on the phone with us from Arkansas. And you have a question, Damon. Go ahead.
Yeah, same era, different group. Who sang "Cast Your Bread Upon the Water"?
Was that the Imperials?
That's right.
Okay.
Way to go, JJ.
Excellent. Way to go.
Hey, they had a few lead singers. Who was their lead singer that made that song popular?
Was it Russ
Does
Taff?
anybody there know?
I think it was
Russ Taft.
Russ Taft, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking back in the day now.
And there again, the Imperials, Evie, early days of.
You remember Parable? Remember Parable?
I remember the Archers.
Thank you, Damon. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you, Damon.
I remember I saw the Imperials in concert in Memphis.
Yeah.
They were outstanding.
Right.
Amy Grant came along about that same time, didn't she?
Teenage Amy Grant, yes.
Then Sandy Patty and Larnell Harris and
boy, you're naming some. Steve Green, so many others.
Keith Green,
Steve Green, Steve Camp. Yes,
yeah,
early days.
And David Curtis Chapman.
Right.
Stephen Curtis Chapman kind of took the Christian contemporary music to a new level, didn't he? Wasn't he one of the main ones?
He sure was. He was one of those. He's actually back on tour, and he's one of his albums that was so famous. He's touring, and he's doing that whole album.
Oh, wow.
Just launched that. Yeah, you can check that out.
I remember seeing him with Steve Camp back in the 80s.
You know who emceed that concert?
You did.
I did.
Did you really?
I did.
I
That
remember
concert that he saw, I was the MC. Stephen Curtis.
Because you were I don't want to say
morning
disc
guy.
jockey. Yeah, morning guy.
Disc jockey at another Christian radio station, and it was I was the MC. Young Stephen Curtis Chapman that nobody had heard of. He had just started. He was the opening act for Steve Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. We shall now give our questions for the last time today.
All right, here are my three. What famous movie musical includes the line, "Just You Wait"? Henry Higgins. Second question, in what year did the Eastern Roman Empire collapse? I'll give you a hint. It was caused by the Ottoman Turks conquering their capital of Constantinople. And third question, what does the familiar abbreviation IQ stand for?
All right, here's what I've got. First question, which classic novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"? Second question, a riddle. What tells the time but never works at night? What tells the time but never works at night? And I'm not like Tim, stingy with my questions. Since we've got nearly a half hour, I'm going to throw another one out. What famous TV cops drove a 1974 Ford Torino? What famous, this is probably in the 70s, what famous TV cops, two guys, drove a 1974 Ford Torino? Tim?
All right, my question is, if a cow is out to pasture, what is that cow doing? That's my question. All right, back to the phone.
That's it?
Well,
wait, can I turn to the jury and say, I rest my case?
I got another one, but
no, that's all right.
I ain't going to give it away.
No, listen, to be honest, I had added that IQ question, and as we're going over them with like 20 minutes left, I thought, man, I probably shouldn't have added this one because it's going to be wasted, but probably won't know when we'll get to
we
it.
give them more variety.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of bad if we all just had one question left, like Tim, but no one's counting. All right, let's go to Indiana.
I got another one, but I was saving it.
You'll regret it.
I was saving
You'll regret it.
Yeah, I don't want to tip people off because I might use it next week.
Yeah.
Huh?
These questions, I was running out of questions and had to go to their internet this week to find some more.
Some more. Yeah.
All right, Indiana, and Dave is on the line. Dave, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Well, thanks. I've been waiting for a while.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that you guys take those first-time callers.
Yes, sir. What part of Indiana, Dave?
Very northeast. I'm like 10 miles from Michigan and 3 miles from Ohio.
Is that near Fort Wayne?
That's about an hour north of Fort Wayne.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yes.
An hour north. Oh, Fort
I've
Wayne.
been to Fort Wayne, yeah.
You want to ask, answer, or do both, Dave?
Well, I'll answer and then I'd like to share something on the baking soda thing.
Okay.
But,
go ahead and answer a question.
yeah. So, how the IQ?
Okay, here's the question. What does the familiar abbreviation IQ stand for, Dave?
Is it intelligence quotient?
It is.
Nice.
It is.
Nicely done.
Intelligence quotient.
Hey, I'm going to ask y'all a question about that.
Okay.
And Dave can get in here too. You hear people say, you should or shouldn't tell your kids what their IQ is. Well, how do you, Dave, where you come down on that?
Well, of course, they're all, very intelligent.
That ain't what I asked, Dave. So
I didn't tell my kids what their IQ was.
Did or did
I
not?
did not, because they couldn't count that high.
Ooh,
yeah.
So
they
now,
grew up in a happy, positive environment, didn't they? They're academics.
So
you're kidding, Ed.
I'm kidding.
He's just
folks.
kidding.
So
My kids
Dave
are very
doesn't-
average.
Dave doesn't really have a comment on the intelligence participation.
Do you,
trophy.
JJ? Do you tell your kids, or do you even know their IQ?
No, I don't even know.
I don't even know
IQ.
it. I don't think I even know their IQ.
Anyway.
We don't allow Rubik's cubes in our home.
All right. So.
Hey, Dave, what about the baking soda?
Well, I've worked as a diesel truck mechanic and farmer, and baking soda is great for cleaning your battery. It neutralizes the acid that comes up. If you ever take like a voltmeter and put the positive clamp to the positive terminal, and then take the other end of your voltmeter across the top of your battery, a lot of times it registers voltage.
Yeah, it does.
That's your voltage draw. That's your voltage draw on that battery.
Yeah, but you get too much of that. You can get too much of that, can't you, Dave? Too much of that voltage.
Absolutely.
Don't fall for it, Dave.
No.
Don't fall for that, Dave.
I'm with Dave.
Hey.
I'm tracking with him.
Hey, that's right. Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
is that you got a question for us, or did you just want to add that about? He's right about putting baking soda
also
on
Creole
terminals.
mustard. Creole mustard would do the same thing. I've done it.
Oh, really?
Grey Poupon.
Hey, what's your question for us?
Well, I just wanted to share that. And
All right.
Of course, each one of our kids graduated at the top of their class.
Hey,
There you go. That's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
talking about.
All right, buddy.
Congratulations.
Have a great weekend.
Wish my
Thank you
parents
for
to say the
listening.
same thing, but they couldn't.
Well, you didn't answer your own question. What do you think?
My
about
mom told me. She said, which is okay. That's
She
fine.
told you your IQ?
It's 110. Am I supposed to say that?
I don't know.
What's
I don't know
yours?
enough about
What's
it. I have
yours?
no idea. It's way up there.
What's yours, Ed? 125. I'm
doesn't
guessing,
matter.
huh?
It doesn't matter.
Are you? Did you underachieve in life?
No, he
Oh.
didn't. He
No.
went to Boston schools. His IQ is pegging
okay.
the meter there.
That's what I'm saying.
I would let him operate on me if we were out in the woods.
Well,
and
I think you can just say we all have our gifts.
We do. We do.
It's kind of like what our brother right there said. They're all smart.
That's right.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
Everybody deserves.
Mine was
trophy.
yours is 110. You can do better than what you're doing in school. That's what my mom said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
challenged
and your
me
mom
with.
was a school
She
teacher.
said you're at least a C plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that made a difference in my life. Right there in my academic career.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the kind of I've told you on the show the kind of encouragement I got from my dad.
Yeah, what'd your dad say, Ed?
My dad, when we come back the freshman year of high school, come back from the awards banquet, and I didn't win a single thing. And my best friend Peter Hutchins had won
Cleaned
a couple.
up.
And all I heard all the way back, why can't you be more like Pete Hutchins? You're not applying yourself. He did everything but call me a bum.
Look, don't start all this dad stuff. My dad, I've never said this on national radio. My dad did not attend my high school graduation, and he said the reason that he didn't attend my graduation is because I didn't come to his. That's what he told me. How do you argue with something like that?
Well, you didn't come to mind.
He said you didn't.
That's
come to
actually
mind.
pretty funny.
Well, it wasn't to me. I still got to. Whenever when I'm talking to my therapist, yeah, that's one of the first things I bring up.
All right, Trivia Friday is back to the phone.
All right, let's go back to Arkansas. How about it? And Debbie is on the line. Debbie, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Well, thank you. How are y'all doing?
Hey, Debbie, what's your IQ?
You know, I will say I have no idea, but if it's possible to lose it each year as you get older, that's
No, that's
Okay.
true. That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah,
Mine's
no.
probably declining rapidly.
All right, Debbie. Well,
That's
thanks.
what I feel.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Where do you live in Arkansas?
I live in Spring Hill, about 30 minutes north of Little Rock.
Okay,
Good.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks for calling. JJ's going to be in that area.
I'm going to be in Onie, O-N-I-A, in October. That's about 25 miles north of somewhere. I think Mountain
That's
View.
a country song right there.
Yeah, I think
north of somewhere.
I think Mountain View and
just north of somewhere.
On a Saturday night, stand-up comedy at one church, and then the next morning, preaching Sunday morning service at a different church.
So O-N-O-A is pronounced Oni?
O-N-I-A, but the locals call it Oni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Debbie, ask, answer, or both?
Well, I'm going to try to do both.
Okay, which one do you want to answer?
I will answer about the classic novel.
Oh,
the opening
good.
line.
Yes, ma'am. Here's the question. Which classic novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"?
That's going to be Moby Dick.
Yes, ma'am. That is Herman Melville's classic book, Moby Dick.
What did what did Ishmael, whatever became of him?
Did you ever read it? It's
been a long time.
All right. Well, this is. Do you want me to be? Should we do a spoiler alert?
I don't think anybody's gonna. I doubt if they're required to read it like we.
Debbie,
were.
have you ever read it?
I did, but, you know, like I said, it was so long ago and my IQ has dropped, so I don't remember much.
Well,
he was.
We're all in that group except for the guy between us.
No,
with the high IQ.
mine's going down
It
too.
is.
But he was obsessed with the white whale, and didn't matter who else perished. And he
Right.
got a harpoon in it, but he had a rope tied around his foot, and he was able to kill it, but it dragged him into the ocean, and he died.
Kinda like
So,
sin.
See, I hate when that
kind of
happens.
like sin.
It's kind of like sin.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Hey,
Long,
so,
long metaphor.
So Debbie, what's your question for us?
Well, I remember y'all had asked a question a ways back about what a baby owl was called, and that always made me think of this question, and I've never gotten through. So my question is, what is a group of owls called?
That would be a parliament, Debbie.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Reach over there and give him knuckles
yeah.
I
for
think
me.
you have applied
My
yourself,
IQ
sir.
just went up to 111.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I hope your mom's listening.
Skyrocketing.
Well, Debbie, that's the dean of this here institution.
right.
He came through. Debbie, thank you for listening to AFR.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your love and your prayers and your support. Have a great weekend there in Arkansas.
Parliament of Owls.
Well, I like that.
I've got.
I didn't know that.
We've had an owl. I'm sure many people listening. I mean, we've had an owl in our backyard,
Yeah.
and those things can crank it up.
Yes.
Huh?
You know,
Who?
there's some species.
Who cranks it up?
JJ, that was good.
There are some species of owls that have holes in the ground. Did you know that? They're not all up in trees.
Wait, you're wasting trivia questions?
Oh, that's
That's
true.
a true and a false,
Well-
true or false one, because there's no way I would believe that they
Our
live
students
in a
are-
hole in the ground.
They're on their phones. They're not listening. I can still sneak that
Well,
in.
those are
All right.
those are the owls with the low IQ. Right there. They stay on the ground.
That's
Wait a
right.
minute,
They never
wait
make
a
it all the
minute.
way up.
Low IQ owls. Let's do it. Let's form a garage
band?
band. It's
Low
not too late.
IQ
People would
owls.
they would come to our concert to hear
think
the
we-
low
I s-
IQ owls.
I say
No,
we
they
go
would.
grunge. What do you say?
Grunge.
If
Now,
you're gonna have to pick a
what's
genre.
What's a group? What's a group that would have been grunge? I hear grunge. I don't know what
You
kind
talking
of
about grunge
music? that
music?
is. Yeah.
It would be like Nirvana or
Okay, I
Pearl
never-
Jam,
I
people
never
like
listened
that.
to them.
I thought Nirvana
I don't
was one
either,
of
but
those-
you asked me what the
Yeah.
examples of the.
I thought Nirvana was one of those books we had to read after Moby Dick.
It
was.
along with Sid Hartha.
Hey, do we have where do we go next?
All right, let's
guys?
go to Oklahoma. And Bob is on the line. Bob, I got to tell you, We get some crazy names in here, and every once in a while it's good to just have a plain old Bob. Welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Plain old.
You guys are hilarious. I love you.
You're just plain old Bob.
Yep, right.
Yep.
Bob, you want to ask,
Yeah.
answer, or Robert?
who is
Robert,
Bob,
do you want
right?
to ask,
Robert is
answer,
Bob.
or do both?
Well, actually, I want to make a couple of comments first, if I could. First of all, don't ask my wife what my IQ is.
Does she know?
No, I don't know, but don't ask her anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
But after being married to you all these years, she has her suspicions. Right?
Yeah.
She married down. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, that's a good possibility.
Well, look, let's just call that fair. Let's just start right here and just have a fair playing field. She can't ask you what your IQ is, and you can't ask her how much she weighs. Let's just make it even for what's good for the goose is good for the gander. All right, Bob, what's your other thing? What's the other thing you were going to say, your other comment?
The other thing I wanted to say is you're wrong about Ishmael. Ishmael was the only survivor of that ship. Ahab was the captain
Ahab.
that went down.
Yes, you're right.
But Ishmael was the only one that survived.
He was telling the story.
Huh?
He was telling the story, right?
Yeah, he was telling the story, and the way he survived was the coffin that was built for, I can't remember the name of the harpoonist, but it was the only thing that floated up from the ship, and he ended up getting on the coffin.
Wow. You remember
That's how he survived.
You remember high
that
school
story.
English.
Yeah. All right, Bob.
So hold on a second. So
Yeah.
Ed, you got the story all wrong?
No, he just missed the
I
guy's
got
name.
the names. The names.
The names
mixed up.
reversed.
Captain Ahab.
Okay.
Captain Ahab went down after it wrapped around his ankle.
Yeah.
And you know, it's bad enough for him, but animals lovers, that parrot on his shoulder, and you know, having a wooden leg. I mean, you already got a couple of things going. You know,
patch over one eye.
Yes, a couple of things you have to deal with. Then you get the harpoon noose strapped around your ankle. You say, "That's a bad day."
It's a bad day right here.
Yeah.
Surely there are better times ahead.
Yes, you think PETA was the very first group that got outraged. Not only were you reckless with your own life, you caused harm to that parrot.
Peg leg.
Well,
parrot
Bob
on the shoulder.
Bob the peg leg.
Bob, what's your which one you want to answer?
Well, I think probably I've been lucky today because I called in. I've been trying to call you guys for a while, but I called in today and maybe it's the first time, and I got disconnected. And so I was lucky enough to call you again and got through. But anyway, I would like to answer the one about Higgins.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad someone's going to take a shot at this. Bob, here's the question. What famous movie musical includes the line, "Just You Wait, Henry Higgins"?
And that would be My Fair Lady.
Hey,
that's right.
Nicely done there, Bob. Well, okay. What's your
My
question?
Fair Lady.
Well,
What's your
I'm just going to say I generally don't like musicals, but there are a handful that I like. Fiddler on the Roof, The Sound of Music. I love My Fair Lady. That's just such a great musical.
Yeah, I'm thrown off by somebody riding along on a horse and being all manly and getting the job done, whatever they're doing. Then they break into song. That throws me
And
off.
dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, what's your question for us? You better make it quick. We're running out of time, sir.
Okay, this is a biblical question. Why did God tell Moses to do the foreskin on, or I can't think of the term now.
We probably don't want you to. Honestly, Bob, that may be a reason you got a brain block right there.
That may be a little deep. I've heard that explained. That may be a little deeper theology question.
It's a cutting question though.
Bob, we're going to pass on that because we are about out of time.
Oh,
and
let him answer
it's
it?
a long. Well, it's pretty. I think even answering it may be. I don't know. What do you guys think?
But we're risking it.
All right, what's the answer,
We got a
Bob?
7-second delay. Bob, what's the Q&A right here?
So anyway, at the 8 days is the one time in your life that your blood and everything coagulates the easiest, and that's why he commanded Moses to do it on the 8th day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Hey,
I've never heard that before.
I never either. That, and that was quicker than we thought.
Bob, thank you for listening. God bless you, buddy. Thanks for listening.
We have time for one more call. One more call. Yeah.
All right. We go to Arkansas. Lindsay is on the
Day
line.
here, right?
It is Arkansas Day. Lindsay, welcome to Trivia Friday, and we are up against the clock. So
yes,
welcome.
sir. Thank y'all very much. Y'all are hilarious, by the way. I love listening to y'all. And then
we always have
you're
time
also
for
very
compliments.
Inspiring. Yes, and you're also very inspiring.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Do you want to ask,
okay,
answer, or do both?
I'll do both.
All right. Which question you want to try to answer?
The insect.
That's already been answered.
Okay, that's already been answered.
Oh, what?
What? But
okay. Well, it must have been when I was on the phone.
beetle bug.
Beetles
okay,
was the
well,
right
I didn't
answer.
hear that. Okay, so then my question, and I won't try another one, but anyway, my question for you is a biblical question, and I don't know the answer, so I just want y'all to answer it. Who of Jesus' disciples were martyrs, and how were they killed?
Everyone was killed except for John.
The disciples?
The 12. Yeah, the 12.
Yeah. Everyone was killed except John, and he was exiled to the island of Patmos, where the Holy Spirit gave him, the Revelations, the book of Revelation.
How do we know this?
That is in Scripture, but
no, I'm talking about that all of them were martyred.
Probably the writings of Josephus and other historical.
So extra biblical.
Extra biblical.
Church
That's
tradition.
Good. Yeah. But and one
so we don't know for sure, Lindsay. I mean
yes, and one refused to be crucified.
That was Peter.
Peter, he wanted to be crucified upside down because he wasn't even worthy to be.
Thomas, I think, was killed with a sword or a spear in India. I forget.
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't have time for all of those.
But that's a great question.
It is a great question because they were all willing to die for the sake of the Lord, which means they knew he had been raised from the dead. They weren't.
You don't
trying
do
to
that.
fake people out.
Hey, we better answer our questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Yes.
Okay, 1453 was the year the Eastern Roman Empire collapsed.
What tells the time but never works at night? A sundial.
Okay.
What famous TV cops drove a 74 Fortrino? Starsky and Hutch.
That I forgot about them.
If a cow is out to pasture, what is it doing?
Grazing.
That ain't what I have. But
what do you got?
Jumping up and down.
Out
is that
pasture?
incorrect?
I think
if it's
I
out
think
to
JJ's
pasture,
got
the
it.
cow starts jumping up and down. Is that not right?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Well, I'll go with JJ's answer.
No, well, when
grazing?
you put them in the pasture, they graze. But when you tell somebody they're out to pasture, you're
too old.
You're just sort of discarding them.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have you ever wanted to take a boat ride on